Hello, my name's Denny. Welcome to WOI Classroom. Today we are going to be doing a disassembly and cleaning of the Sig 5.56. Before I start the cleaning though, I need to get all the furniture off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so I've got most of the furniture off it now. The thing I like to do is get this takedown screw right here broke loose right off the bat. And you really should have a gun vise if you work on a lot of guns. We'll have one soon. And this screw is not like a standard AR screw either. It's a little bit more beefy. As you can see, it's a little challenging. We'll go ahead and just take this screw out. Thank you. An extra pair of hands is always nice. And then take this little piece out, before you go any further, go ahead and pop your other breakdown pin. And you can open it up. And then push the other half of that screw out. And you will now have your upper and your lower separated. Alright, so the next step in this is going to be pulling out the charging handle. And in order to do that, there's a little lever here you need to press down. You can see it right there. You press it down, and then your charging handle will wiggle right out of there. Go ahead and release that, and then your bolt and bolt carrier will just slide right out the back. There's two pieces there. You have your bolt and your bolt carrier, and then in order to take these two pieces apart, you need to slide the back one towards you if you're holding the gun like this. Okay, there's little divots right here on the top. You will see them on your rifle. You need to line those up with these holes above them. And then right apart. And then from there, this part's moved over here. From there, you want to depress this spring, twist this, and that will allow your gas tube to come out. And you can just pull it right out of there. And I still haven't taken this piece apart yet. Okay, there goes that. And there goes that. And I'm not going to do this because this doesn't look that dirty. But you can see a small pin right here on the end of this shaft, right next to where your charging handle goes in. And you would want to push that pin out in order to remove this washer and remove this long spring should you need to do that. Okay, so now we're going to reassemble this. I've got all my parts cleaned and lubricated. And with most of these videos, as you see, I don't do reassembly videos. But because this gun's a little more intricate, I'm gonna. Sorry, you can still use it. There's more in here. So, go ahead and push this in. Alright, and then this was the next piece, and you can see how it sits into the end there. Push it in there, twist it so it's sitting in there. Next comes, you need to reassemble the bolt and bolt carrier. Make sure it's plenty well lubricated. Now one thing that we are noticing with this Sig is it seems to really need lubrication a lot more than your regular AR does, and it has problems ejecting shells if it isn't properly lubricated. You can go check out my demo on this rifle and see what I'm talking about. Okay, now here you need to line your bolt up with these grooves in here. One of these grooves somehow. I think it's like that maybe? No. Hang on a second. Let's see. Okay, there we go. You can see how, watch out so your gas tube doesn't come out. You can see how your grooves line up in there. And then it just slides right back in. You're going to want your gas tube in there. You want to remember that the divot for the charging handle is going to be facing down so that you will be able to get your charging handle in. Alright. And then make sure your divot's still down. And then your bolt carrier will push right up there. Take your charging handle. You're going to make sure you push your little latch down. And then your charging handle goes in. And this usually is a little bit of a tricky part. You got to work it a little bit. Double check your divot, make sure. Okay, now mine did not go all the way in. So, alright. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is completely get that to snap back into place before attempting to put the charging handle on there. Now push your bolt carrier back forward. Check that divot, looks good. Push down on your holder. And your charging handle snaps right back into place. Now you're good to go. Next step will be putting the frame back on, or your hand guard, whatever you want to call it. This end, it's got that little round piece. Sit down there. And your bottom. Obviously you have your end where one of your takedown pins sits. It's going to go towards you. And this is a very tricky operation to get this bad boy back together.
It's not in the end.
What's that? Oh, yep. And this is one of those things that just requires some patience. You have different things that are lining up in different places here.
Get that in, I'll hold it for you.
Okay, now you have this little opening here. You can try prying. You want to be very sure to not damage your metal if you are prying metal on metal. And there we go. It just slid right back in. And once you see these holes are lined up, you will know that this is pushed far enough forward and it's back together. And then to reattach the lower to the upper, just like a regular AR, you put your pen back in here. This one pushes through. Cleaning the bottom of this out really is no big deal. You can just take any kind of Q-tip, make sure you get all your gunk. I've already cleaned this out pretty well, so there's not a lot in there, but just take a Q-tip and rub it around in there, and then add a little bit of lubrication at the end and put it back together like you would a regular AR.